Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Welcome to the night sky this week for October 11th, 2021. We are chugging along towards the end of this year. Lots of things in the sky. I want to welcome all of you wherever you're watching from. I've got the comments open. The chat room is there. I love to see all of you joining me every week. Last week, my gosh, did you guys see that outage with Facebook and all the social media? I was completely down, and apologies for everyone. I know I missed seeing you guys last week, but I'm glad to be back again, back in the saddle, as they say. And let's dive right in and see what's in store in the night sky this week. First off, I just wanted to say a big welcome to everyone. Jason is out there from Suriname watching. Carolina from Dubai. Jean is there. Diane from Colorado is there. Christelle from Marseille. So nice to see you every week here, Christelle. Austin is here watching from Alberta, Canada. And we've got folks from the UK, Ukraine watching. Oh my goodness, everywhere. Connecticut, the USA as well. Some people experiencing, I see, thunderstorms and kind of cloudy, overcast weather, but it'll get clear eventually wherever you are. I'm actually talking to you from Montreal, Canada, and it's totally overcast and I'm not seeing much sky watching, but I did have some nice sky watching last week. Did you get to see the Venus and crescent moon together this past weekend? Wow, on Saturday night, it was just beautiful seeing those two worlds close together. And there's more to come with the moon this week. So why don't we dive right in and see the sky as it appears right now as we're broadcasting on Monday, October 11th, soon after sunset as the sun is going down in the west. You get this beautiful lineup of worlds. Of course, pinning down the southwestern sky, the brightest of the lot is Venus. Pinpoint of light is the brightest one. And then towards the upper left is the crescent moon. It has drifted away from Venus as it was very close to together, both of them, on the weekend, on Saturday. Now the moon has glided away from it and is approaching about the halfway mark to its voyage to Saturn and Jupiter, meeting up with them later this week. So I'll be talking about that in the next couple of minutes. So you've got this beautiful lineup of worlds right across. And so what I wanted to concentrate on is if we turn the clock to Wednesday, October 13th, this is what you're going to see. That's October 12th. And October 13th, the moon, which will be by now just past its quarter phase, we call a waxing gibbous moon. And this is going to be beautiful because you'll have the moon guiding you to two of the largest planets in the solar system. You've got Saturn and Jupiter pairing, hanging around in the sky basically for many months together, and has been a dominant force in the early evening skies. And the moon will be just parked right next to Saturn. It'll be a beautiful pairing. Again, this is just after sunset. If you wait until it gets a little bit darker, let's say an hour after your local sunset, this is what you'll see. The moon and Saturn beautifully paired up on Wednesday night, October 13th. That's what this is. And of course, Saturn is embedded in the constellation Capricornus, the sea goat constellation. And Jupiter also is joining Saturn just to the left of it, right there, and is even the brighter point of light. It's the dominant star-like object in this part of the sky, of course. So if you look at the moon, this is the setup for Wednesday. But if we jump to Thursday, October 14th, let's just hold on. Let me just fix that to the 14th. This is what you'll see. So right now, then on the 14th, what you'll notice is a triangular pattern that will form between Jupiter and Saturn. These are two star-like objects, right? Pinpoints of light. And then you've got the waxing gibbous moon underneath the pair of planets, all within the constellation of Capricornus. All of that is happening in the southeast southern skies. Southeast in the early evening, and the trio will actually move together in synchrony on Thursday night all across the southern sky. So throughout the overnight period. Now, if we jump to Friday, check this out. Friday, Jupiter gets its turn pairing up with the moon as well. And it's a beautiful sight, that the pair together. And of course, if you have the ability to use binoculars, then you'll get a view sort of like that through your binoculars, right? Of the moon. And of course, Jupiter is right there, and you can see some of its moons. Now, I've got them all marked off here, but if you hold your binocular steady enough, this is one of the coolest things that you can see with binoculars in our solar system, other than the moon, of course, is the moons of Jupiter. These are the 4 Galilean moons, first seen by Galileo, and they kind of just, it's a retinue of moons. Callisto is there, Ganymede, Europa, and Io. These 4 are orbiting, of course, Jupiter. Jupiter has many dozens of moons, but these are the brightest 4, and they're within the realm of binocular viewing. So, but you have to hold your binocular very steady to even have a chance to see this. Just make sure that you hold it super steady, or have it on a tripod, even better. If you have a telescope, of course, then the views get even better, because then you can see the cloud bands on Jupiter very clearly. So you can see these bands right here. Remember, Jupiter is just enshrouded with gas. It's a gas giant. It's the largest planet in the solar system. Over 1,300 Earths can fit inside of Jupiter. You can see those cloud bands very in intricate detail on this animation here. And you can see small, what we call festoons, little cloud formations like this, with larger telescopes using color filters. They bring out some of the details. These are actually like this right here. You can see embedded in this upper cloud belt is a typhoon or cyclonic storm, basically the size of our planet Earth. Can you believe that? It's the size of our planet, some of these storms, and they rage for many times for a few months at a time. Imagine having a hurricane that's the size of planet Earth lasting for 3-4 months. It's incredible. But those are within the realm of what you can see with binoculars and telescopes and the features you can see on Jupiter. something very, very cool. So imagine this is going to be, if you haven't found Jupiter, maybe you've, never seen it very before through binoculars and telescopes. The moon will be acting as a wonderful guidepost this week, stopping by Wednesday by Saturn, Thursday in between Jupiter and Saturn, and then like this on Friday, pairing up with Jupiter itself. So that's a really, really good sight. Now, what else is there to see? Well, on Saturday at sunset, I'm going to put this back on sunset, and we're going to move on to Saturday night. I want you to look for Venus again after sunset in the southwest. You can't miss it because it's the brightest object, star-like object in that part of the sky. But what you'll be noticing, if you look at it very carefully, is a other star joining it. Now, you may have seen it. You can see it on Monday night on the 11th as well. It's been there hanging around, but they're going to reach its utmost closest point to each other on Saturday, October 16th. That's what you're looking at. And look how close this is. Now, the two will appear, let me see if I can measure this out using my software, is going to be only about 1.5 degrees. Now, how much is 1.5 degrees? This is what is so incredible, guys, is 1.5. So you have Venus and you have Antares. Antares is the lead star in the constellation Scorpius. It's an orange star, very different in coloration, Venus and Antares. And if you look, that spacing between the two objects is equal to 3 disks of full moon disks. So imagine how big the full moon looks like in the sky, and just put 3 of them, stack 3 of them next to each other. That's the spacing the two objects will get on Saturday, October 6th, at its closest. So it's kind of what we call a conjunction in astronomy lingo. And this beautiful conjunction between these two objects will be at their utmost best on Saturday night. Now, you can start watching it now. If I move this out, and you can see Friday night, this is Thursday night, Wednesday night, Tuesday night, and tonight, Monday. As we're broadcasting on Monday, October 11th, this is what it would look like after sunset. You'll see Antares to the far left of Venus, right? But this is again Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. This is Saturday. So on Saturday, you'll see Antares just underneath Venus. So I'm zooming in here. This is the view through a pair of binoculars right here. That's what you should see. And it's this orange star. It marks the eye of the Scorpion, the constellation Scorpius. Now, if I make it a little bit darker, go a little bit later in the evening, maybe an hour after local sunset, I'll zoom out. There you can see the mythological constellation of Scorpius laid out here in this animation. And that's the eye of the Scorpion, is Arcturus. Now, what's amazing about Arcturus is it's over 550 light years away. It's an orange giant star. It's so big, this star, that if we would replace the sun with Antares, the edge of the star would reach out to about where the orbit of Mars is. Imagine that. So Earth would be inside the star. That's how huge Antares is compared to our sun. Many orders of magnitude larger. So it's amazing. It shines like a brilliant orange star. And the two, Venus and Antares, will be together in our skies after sunset at their closest on Saturday, October 16th. So I don't want you to miss that out. And of course, if you look at where the moon will be on Saturday, we'll have moved off from Jupiter. Remember, on Friday, the moon will be here, Thursday here, Wednesday here. So the moon is traveling in this distance and is kind of moving off from where the pair of planets are. And we're heading to a full moon next week. So this is really some of the finest, I think, events that you can see where the moon pairs up with the planets and guides you to some of these things. Of course, in the meantime, if we go back to where we are today, let me just, on Monday, October 11th, the moon is going to be, let's just see if we can do this. Ah, we're just going to move our location of the map. Let me just see. There we go. I'm going to go to New York and just pretend I'm in New York. And we're going to set the sun. There we go. Sunset, right? So the moon is, you have a crescent moon. Now, what's interesting and early in the week, of course, Monday and Tuesday, October 11th and 12th, the moon is a crescent moon wedged between, of course, as I said, Venus and Saturn. But what that means is that if you wait patiently, the moon will set. Once the moon sets, you're left behind by very dark skies. So it gives us an opportunity to see constellations and deep sky objects within them. When does this happen? Late at night. So around 11 o'clock at local time, the moon will have set, and you're left behind with with constellations and deep sky objects. So you can see all the different constellations. And of course, what I want you to keep trying, and if you're a newbie to the hobby of amateur astronomy, try your hand at looking at some of the typical fall autumn constellations in the northern hemisphere. The one that really kind of is the dominant force, it's not the brightest of all constellations of the sky, but it is the dominant force in the autumn skies, is the Great Square of Pegasus. You can see Pegasus, the flying horse here. We are looking, where are we looking? We're looking kind of in the southeast southern skies, late night, again around 11 o'clock. The moon will have set on October 11th and 12th early, and leaves behind these dark skies, and you can see this beautiful big giant square. It's called the Great Square of Pegasus, and it represents the chest of the horse Pegasus. And it's very easy to find, even within suburban skies. These 4 stars that mark the corner of this giant square are naked eye stars. So they're visible to the unaided eye, and they're even visible under light or moderate light pollution. You should be able to see it. And what's, of course, interesting with Pegasus is attached to the constellation Andromeda. And here you can see Andromeda is the princess in Greek mythological legends. There she is. She's chained, of course, to rocks on an ocean side. She's in the mythology, she was going to be eaten by the Cetus, the sea monster, but was saved, of course, by the young hero Perseus, which is right next door to her. There she is, holding the Medusa's head, of course, the snake-haired Medusa monster, which he slayed in Greek mythology, and is the hero who actually rode in on Pegasus, the flying horse, to the seaside and unchained and saved Andromeda from being eaten by Cetus, the whale, which is down here, the sea monster whale, right down there. You can see the whole kind of mythological soap opera is all found in this one part of the sky. It's all placed there. So it's a really wonderful mythology right there in the southern sky in the autumn. And what, of course, the claim to fame for Andromeda is seeing the Andromeda galaxy, which is right here. It's called M31. You can see M10 and M32 marked. Those are satellite galaxies, little small little ovals that kind of pair up with M31, the Andromeda galaxy. Here's what it would look like right there through binoculars. This is a little bit better than what you would see with binoculars, but the idea is that you see this oval patch and 2 smaller ovals through telescopes. You will be able to see these. These are actual satellite or companion little small satellite galaxies of Andromeda. And when you're looking at Andromeda, just think you're looking at another spiral galaxy, a bigger brother of the Milky Way, which we live in. It's a city of over 1 trillion stars. It's about 3 times larger than our own Milky Way galaxy. And it's sitting in Andromeda. We'll talk more about that in the upcoming episodes too. But with the moon out of the way on Monday and Tuesday very easily, around 11 o'clock, midnight, you can track down Andromeda using, of course, the Great Square of Pegasus as one way that you can track down Andromeda. And I'll talk about another way on another future episode. So with that, guys, we have a lot of things: the moon, planets, stars like Antares pairing up with Venus on Saturday, looking for the Great Square of Pegasus, Andromeda Galaxy and Andromeda. lots of really great things. And I'll keep guiding you. I'll keep giving you tips and challenges and ideas for what to look for in the night sky. I want to thank all of you for joining me again this week. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that subscribe button. Please show your support, whether you're on Facebook or on YouTube or on Twitch. Please subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit that notification button so you don't miss when I go live with any of my future videos that I post, and of course sky charts as well. So until next time, I wish all of you guys clear skies. Bye-bye.